Hello, people of the world watching videos that have to do with cars on the internet. Welcome to this. My 1974 RA21 Toyota Celica with a rowdy Toyota V8 under the hood. If you're new and you'd like to get caught up on this project, up above my head is the last video where I worked on it. Or also, it could be a guide to constructing sneeze-scented candles out of your belly button lint. So yesterday, this arrived in the mail. So this took a lot of clever research to figure out how I could integrate this into the engine bay and make it look factory. What I have here is a genuine Toyota RA65 Celica engine fuse box out of a mid-80s Celica. It's just old enough that it'll look right in the engine bay, but new enough that it has modern relays and enough fuses for me to wire everything into to make this V8 work in this car. If you look right here, engraved in the plastic, it has the old Toyota logo. Since I'm relocating the battery to the trunk of the car, I should have a nice flat area here, which was actually the factory location of that fuse box in the Celica in which it came out of. Unfortunately, the bracket though was a little bit different, so I'm gonna have to fabricate my own. Make a strip out of this. Ah, it's too short.
It ain't nothing changed.
That's better. So that will go like something right there. This, just like that. Designing the shape of this bracket is a little tricky because the underneath has to be unobstructed for the wiring to be able to connect to the bottom side of the fuse block plate. This is done. All right, does it work? Somewhere I went wrong in measuring. Cardboard aided design has its limitations, and so does my mental capacity for math. Luckily, I have the barbecue grill shop next door that can produce these things with a quickness. Round number 2. This will go just like that. That's perfect. Plenty of room underneath to route the wires. One of these holes is threaded, the other 2 are not. I want the bracket and fuse box to be removable just like a factory one would be. Oh geez. And luckily, I'll be able to use a bunch of freshly gold zinced hardware I sourced from a junkyard Toyota Cressida a couple months back. There. I still cannot accept putting this in the engine bay for mock-up purposes dirty. That's just not okay. I'm just using some random hardware in this for now. It's gonna get nut certs just like the bottom, but literally just as a temporary solution. And then I can mark it, put my nut certs, and drill these holes. And because of the nature of relays and fuses, how you gotta push down pretty hard to get them into their place, I had Dave at the custom barbecue grill shop make that out of 10 gauge steel, so it's nice and rigid. And also, I know someone's gonna ask, I'm gonna have that zinc coated in yellow zinc to match the engine bay. Be prepared for a lot of jumping around in this video. Next, I was holding off on installing the front cooling bridge until I figured out the radiator hose routing situation, and now that that's solved, this can go on. Serving you my best Vanna White impersonation. Clean. Doing this in small spurts keeps me from losing my mind. So, I'm just joking, I actually love this. Throttle position sensor and intake temp go to the same location. Cross-referencing the factory engine service manual to see how these sensors work and then making sure I'm setting the right type of input or output to each one of them is the most time-consuming part that I'm not really showing. Can't touch the other colors of the yellow, it turns it all muddy and ruins it. Green, purple. It's amazing that these pretty much are all for sensors and temperature are the same color as the factory 74 wire colors. Hello, welcome to tomorrow. Genuine Toyota gaskets, whole entire engine kit here. There we go. Gasket water outlet, genuine Toyota part. Well, that tape is now one with the engine, great. One of you sent me this phenolic gasket scraper a couple years back, and I have seriously used it so much now it's not even funny, so whoever sent this, thank you. Come on, come off in one piece. Shapes, Sarah, shapes, shapes. Like that? Ah, like that. And like that. Country pillage in one piece. Yes, she come. Inside the front bypass to the thermostat housing, there should be an O-ring. This is not easy. I'm gonna hit myself in the face. Got it. That absolutely would have been a source of a leak had I not replaced this. This right here is case in point why it's not really the greatest to let your car sit for a long time without running it, because stuff like this is usually wet on the inside of the engine because there's constantly coolant or oil passing by it. But when it just sits, it starts to get dried out. I say this ironically as I haven't started the Quattro or the Forester in like 3 months. I've focused over a year. Whilst it's still wet in there, oh, that's tight. Toyota FIPG or equivalent. This is an equivalent I trust. A little bit of brake clean. Bolt. 18 Newton meters of torque. Wait for that to set, then I'll torque it the rest of the way. Okay. Oh my god, this thing's super heavy. The only thing that's keeping me from installing this intake manifold permanently is I have not figured out this water pipe yet for the heater core. I have the other pipe kind of just flopped down loosely sitting in here right now. I was gonna try to make it follow parallel with that coolant bridge on the back half of the engine. That way it could connect to the other hard pipe, which is down inside the car right now, but it comes out right here. And then this one right here can just get cut down and reflared, and a hose can just go right to this guy. I have a solution. I have an extra coolant pipe off of the other engine. Bet you, I bet you, I bet you. Yeah. I know some people will just say to use an A&N line, but if Toyota wanted me to use an A&N line, they would have added one from the factory. That's the solution. I just use another hard pipe, whether it's this one or a slightly different one from a Toyota. Then if I just have a hard line that's bolted to the firewall right there, short rubber hose down to this pipe, and flare them, and that's it. A little bit of guesstimation where my O2 sensors will be. These go under the car. Gray, purple, gray, purple. TVIS. Black, yellow, plus B. Or a 12 volt circuit on the MR2 and then auxiliary 5. Toyota doesn't exactly reinvent the wheel when it comes to simple stuff like this. This little UFO looking thing right here is a vacuum diaphragm that controls the butterflies on the inside. And underneath there is the TVIS sensor that actuates it. So that will be controlled with aux 5, orange yellow sounds pretty good. Stick some carrots and chicken pieces in it. This goes all the way to the rear of the engine bay because the solenoid's back here. Add that to the center valley harness. Technically, if you want to get fancy, because I'm using a 3UZ intake manifold, it's called ACES on that. Acoustic Controlled Induction System. You remember that part I said I'm not really showing? Oil control valve, OCV. So it's just a 2-wire circuit. It's super easy for wiring. I just gotta figure out. I'm an idiot. I'll just bring the camera closer. Right. Oh wait, you guys are probably seeing a rainbow. So it's super simple how this works. So your computer will send potential out to your oil control valve, and then the oil pressure will vary the resistance internally, which will then in turn send a different voltage reading back to the PCM, and it measures the difference, and that difference tells the computer how much oil pressure is within the oil control valve. There's a really good drawing of it right here, so you can see battery plus, battery minus on the 2-wire circuit, and then you can see right here that plunger, so the oil pressure is pressing inside here on that plunger, and that's varying the resistance within the circuit. A little bit of orange green and orange blue. Where's my orange blue? Those are opposite on the color spectrum. Orange, green, bank 2. Oil control valve 2, auxiliary 7, and then we want a plus B circuit. Pretty close. It's gonna bother me so bad. I can't have an odd and an even. That's gonna become 7, and this is gonna become 6. That's gonna drive me insane. So green and blue, you will switch sides. If you haven't figured it out by now, when I was little, I was absolutely obsessed with having as many possible colors of crayons in the box as possible. There's additional VVTI sensors on the cams in the center of the valley. So here you go, oil control valves, we just covered those. Moving down here to the actual variable valve timing sensor, which is looking at the cam. It looks like a little magnet kind of, because that's what it is. It's how a Hall effect sensor works. So every single time that the camshaft rotates, it induces a little bit of voltage with this magnet, so it produces a frequency. So that would be a digital input, which requires a ground. Digital input 3 and 4. Starting to run out of wires. It's a good sign. But don't worry, I still gotta route all of the powers, grounds, and wires coming from the car. Speed. Digital input 8. 6 same as the MR2. Digital input 8 is all gray. It's not all gray, all gray. Digital input 8, gray. Check engine, good. And oh my god, check engine lights and auxiliary too? I'm gonna run out of auxiliaries. There's no such thing as a gray dry erase marker, at least not in my set, so I can improvise. Gray brown is AC, which is gonna be literally right here. Auxiliary 1, orange black. Orange is the new black. Auxiliary 2, orange brown. Orange black, orange black, orange brown. Yeah, that's what's up. This placement to my fuse box is coming in perfect right now. Fuel pump. You didn't expect me to draw a picture of a fuel pump, did you? That's just silly. IAC is gonna require multiple grounds. Digital input 1. No, I didn't forget. I'm gonna torque these now that the gasket's set. It's 8 o'clock at night. I've been at it since 9 o'clock this morning doing wiring. Tomorrow. It's the next day. This right here is the only fuse box that this car had from the factory, as the little glass style fuses. Also, I don't know if you noticed the shirts I've been wearing in today's video. This one was a suggestion from one of you. You guys know that I don't ever push merchandise or anything on you. That's why I don't even do sponsored videos. I don't want to be a human pop-up ad. But so many of you requested that I get new merchandise, and that's what I have done.
The butt is asleep.
And this is a Karen food cake.
That's me.
Angel food cake, Karen food cake. I was not satisfied with the last merchandise company I used, so they hit the road, and I have now hired Karen to take over 100% of all merchandise fulfillment. So she's in the video, so you can actually meet the person that is making these t-shirts and answering emails and everything.
If I freaked out, I would say tengo una tortuga en mis pantalones.
Tengo.
Which means I have a turtle in my pants. In Spanish.
And there you go. That is Karen in a nutshell. And she will be making the merchandise from here forward. By no means am I trying to run the next Banana Republic or Nike. This is purely just a way for you guys to support the channel, and it is operating on a first come first served basis. So when something sells out, it is no longer available, and some of these designs are gonna be a one-time thing only. Moving back onto this, a lot of these fuse circuits are duplicated here in the RA65 fuse box. So I don't need both. So this is actually two pieces. This little lower tray that has the plugs on it is removable, and then it will then route everything to where it needs to go on this top half. This one's technically an extra. That does go there. I got tape around it, but yeah, that will plug in. Yep, that will plug in. So these can be repurposed. I have a three-way, which doesn't do me any good. Holy crap, that's crazy. This actually went to the fusible links, and that's what the fusible links, that's the same thing. That's crazy, okay. If I remember correctly, I actually have those on bench stock. No, these are different. Oh, they're just barely different though. Okay, so I gotta buy a couple plugs. I think it was time for a junkyard trip. It's been a while, I got some parts I need. Angel's gonna make a video on his YouTube channel about him dropping my tripod. And if you guys are curious about what we found today, you can go to his channel and check out that video, but I'm on a mission for one thing. It should be right around here. Step, there it is. That's so sick. Oh, this is so sad. It's got a Starbucks gift card in the dash. Look at all these little connectors. Yeah, they're still in good shape. I was super nervous that these would be crappy because it's in Arizona. I thought they'd be brittle and cracking, but these came apart no problem. This pains me to do, but I have a feeling they're gonna crush this one soon. So I just need plugs. Dude, this door opens like brand new still. Like brand new.
My GTI doesn't even open and close like this.
And it's a 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the same glass style fuse box as the Celica in literally the same location almost. Alright, okay, there's a newspaper. When's this from? There's not a date. Oh man, even the hood had sweet graphics on it. It's all patinaed now. It's like dent free though. So looking at my image, the only ones I really got is I got a 6-way in a 4-way. The other ones are different. Oh, dude, I do not want to lean on that seat. That is, I need a tetanus shot after that. I saw the company that makes these last night when I was looking. It's not Sumitomo. It's like Kakimoto. What is this? Pioneer remote. Probably gonna be under the dash. Yeah, Nissan uses a different style. It's like a little circular one. Dude, there's so much rat poop in here. Zombie outbreak response. I thought that was a real biohazard sticker. I think this is just old enough in some areas. Please be no rat poop. Please be no rat poop. It is rusty. This is a 4Ruster, not a 4Runner. This 4Ruster is a 91, and I thought it was gonna be too new. It would have a newer style harness, but it actually uses some of the old school style plugs that they were using way back in the 70s on Toyotas. That is perfect right there. Bingo. I think that's it. Oh, so the AC system had its own little separate little box. Oh, that just gave me an idea. Man, this is like a super similar fuse box. I need to see the underside of this. Ouch. I know it's a little hard to see because of the sun right now, but this is a completely different style, so there's nothing down here. Dude, I got so lucky that this is in here. This wasn't even on the website. It's got the exact same fuse box that I just bought. This is absolute luck right here. I found one of these on eBay and they wanted $399 for this. Ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Oh, it is slightly different. Man, so much for bringing gloves. I was smart enough to only bring one pair. They seem to be in good shape. They're not all dry rotted. This one's super dry rotted. A $3 entry fee to the salvage yard and $8 for 5 plugs. Oh no, it is different. That super sucks. This one doesn't fit. It's just slightly different. Even after I tried trimming it a little, it's just barely a different style plug. So I couldn't find this style, and the one I have for that just barely doesn't fit. I have one of those. So I just gotta de-pin these, get rid of the old wires. I have new terminals that I can put into these and make them brand new again. But I still gotta try to research the 2 that I don't have, and that's gonna be kind of tricky. In addition to more Celica stuff, I'll have an F350 video coming for you soon. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll put a link to my website down below, and I'm not gonna spam my merch anymore. I don't like when people do that, it's annoying. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.